Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture we are going to talk about two things. The first is constraints, and the second thing is primary key. So let us get started. So we know the dictionary meaning of the term constraints. So constraints are nothing but the limitations on anything. So when I say that I have some constraint on me, it means that this is my limitation. So even database has got the constraints. So it means that these are the constraints or the limitation related to the data storage or some activity on the database. So basically there are 5 types of constraints on database. So the very first constraint is a primary key. So let us try to understand what a primary key is. So I know that all of you must have been students at some point in your life. So whenever you are studying in an organized environment like a school or a university or a college or a technical college, then you are assigned with a roll number or student ID. So if you are studying in a school, then you will be assigned a roll number, and if you are studying in a higher education institution like a senior college or a technical college or a college or a university, then you will be assigned a student ID. So if you haven't noticed this thing, then let me tell you that all these roll numbers as well as student IDs, these are unique numbers. So let me explain you this thing. So I studied from 2010 till 2012 for Master of Technology in Computer Science at IIIT Hyderabad, and my student ID was 2010050017. So let us try to divide this into various parts. So 2010 was the year of the course commencement, 05 was the name of the course, that is Master of Technology in Computer Science, and 017 was my position in the class or my number in the class. There were around 35 students. So this roll number list started from 2010 05 001 and it ended at 35. So now there were, as I told you, there were like around 35 students in my class, and the person who got admitted before me, he was also in the 17th position in his class, or there were like many people in his class, 35 students in his class, but he had the another unique number. He had 2009 05 017, and the person who got admitted after me had got roll number 2011. I mean, the person who got admitted a year after me was 017. So these all were the classes with multiple students, and there were actually all the people who had the 17th index number, but still all these numbers were different because this student got admitted in 2009 and this student got admitted in 2011. Now if you try to go to the institute where I studied or the university where I studied, that is the IIIT Hyderabad, and if you try to search the database of this institute, everything related to me is linked to this number. So this number has got my grades, which are pretty bad anyway. It has got the details of my hostel allotment and my performance and the job offers I held after college. And also my graduation date. So all these records can be found if you search the college database with this number. So this sort of number is known as the identification number or primary identification number or unique identification number. So in database we have something similar. So that thing is known as primary key. So if you go and check for your national registry, you are going to find various unique identifications numbers allotted to you. So you will have a passport number, which I'm pretty sure it is a unique number because every passport has got a unique identification number. Then your license number, your driving license, driving permit number. Okay, and other things like your tax details or tax number. So all these details, they are unique. Okay, and you really don't have to worry about like someone will share the passport number same as you, or someone will have the same driving permit number as you. These are all unique identification numbers, and by querying your national databases on these numbers, they can find out the information about you if someone has that sort of authority. Even your bank account numbers for a particular bank, okay, for bank, okay, bank numbers, account number for particular banks, they are unique. Okay, so all these real life databases, they have the concept of unique identification number. Similarly, the relational databases management systems also have the concept of the unique identification number, and that unique identification number is always a primary key. That primary key always has to be unique and not null, because it really does not make sense to have null as a primary key, because you cannot equate null with anything, and the key has to be unique, otherwise there will be a lot of confusion. If many people have got the same key, or many people share the unique identification number, then it will be very difficult for the person who is operating that database to understand what record or what data belongs to whom. So primary key always has to be unique and not null. So this is all about constraints and primary key. In the next video lecture, we are going to see how to implement this unique and not null constraint, that is primary key, on a table in the database. So I hope that you understood the concept of constraints, and one of the constraints, that is primary key. Thanks a lot for watching my video lecture. See you in the next video lecture.